Hey guys, welcome back to another flea market adventures, well, an indoor flea market adventures. We are in April, but it is still kind of chilly outside, so I decided to hit up some of the indoor quote-unquote flea markets. These are mostly consignment shops, but we do find a lot of interesting things in here, and every time we're in Plattsburgh in New York State, we love to pop into these places. So the first stop has, your regular smattering of PS2, PS3, PS4 games. This place is fairly new. It's less than a year old, but I've already been in here several times. It's 2 floors, and they've got great turnover. I always find something in this place. I really loved collecting comic books as a kid. Not so much anymore. I do still have a few comics from my childhood, but I'm not a collector. I don't know what's going on really in the comic world anymore. I watch Marvel and DC movies when they come out, but I always run across long sleeve boxes, so I decided to pop through, and as you can see, I don't know what I'm looking for. Like, the only 2 things that really popped out that I remember as a kid was X-Men. Like, the hollow foil covers were a big deal back then, and of course I remember X-Force #1. I think I still have mine sealed with the card inside as well. Anyone remember the Wuzzles? I feel like Wuzzles and Popples were like a mid-80s thing. I know all my female cousins had these. Road Champs. I don't know if this was like a strictly New York State thing, because it's like a collection of state trooper vehicles and local law enforcement. Looked it up. Fairly cool, but they're larger than normal dinkies, and obviously something I wouldn't collect, but that's what I love about stores like this. It's like in one booth you'll come across a Wuzzle, a bunch of dinkies, old Nightmare Before Christmas watches, box sets. Right here you have like Seinfeld, Thundercats, The Office. Then there's mugs and cups and plates and dishes and tools and old tape recorders, Star Wars toys. Like, look at this thing. Like, how cool is this? It's a pump cap that you put into like a 2-liter bottle to take out the air to keep it fresh longer. Here's I think Burger King of McDonald's. Those were pretty cool. The Nightmare Before Christmas watches. I was pretty shocked by that. The wind-up ET going for about $25, but of course the cardboard has seen much better days. It's like almost 40 years old. Classic Star Trek phaser in the box. Cool stuff. Not necessarily stuff that I would pick up unless it were cheaper, and then obviously I would probably flip stuff like that. Like, nothing against Star Trek, but I wasn't a huge fan of it. And then of course the Star Trek fans watching this right now will be mad at me, but I'm a Star Wars fan, and then I'll buy something stupid like the Power of the Force or the Episode 1 figures because I don't know, I like them. I didn't like the movie when it first came out too much, but it's really grown on me. This is the upstairs portion again, and just like the unorganized clutter is why I love to go to flea markets and thrift shops and stuff like this, because like, it's books, it's an old hand-drawn painting, a picture of Elvis, you have Batman Forever novel, then you have some glasses. I found an Ultimate Warrior figure. You have VHS, you have a Guitar Hero guitar at the bottom, Genesis games randomly slotted in, and every booth is different. It's always fun. Like, I'm at the point in my collecting where the hunt is as much fun or even more fun than the actual finding things. This was a little surprising. This is a Kramer Guitar Hero guitar. I try to pop up, to show you guys what it would be if you were to buy it now on eBay, but again, personally for me, I would say go out on a weekend and hunt. It's more fun. And then the flip side of putting up the buy it now eBay prices is also that you can see sometimes people do price it accordingly, and you could probably, like, if you were actually looking for this, it's cool to have it in hand, but you could probably get a much better condition box for the same price if you were actually to go online. This, I know it was probably in a previous flea market video. This is still here, and I'm still interested in it, but the price has not come down in a few months. This is an Atari cartridge slot. Very cool. I'd probably pay $5 for it because a lot of the plastic parts are broken off. And also, I think someone came in and stole the Atari games, because now Airborne and Outlaw are box only. So they were, I think, $10 each, and now they're $5 each. And it even says on here box only, so somebody probably came in and bought just the game, or more likely came in and swiped the game. And then when the person came back to check their booth or reorganize or add more stuff, they noticed it. I noticed these the last time I was in this shop, and I wanted to show you guys. These are like 3 little dioramas. The first one is Grease. The second one, I don't know. It might be Rain Man or American Gigolo. If you know, please let me know in the comments. And the third is from RoboCop. This is where he shoots through the girl's dress and he hits that guy in the crotch. They have RoboCop 2 VHS on top of it, but I'm pretty sure that is from the first RoboCop. And then downstairs in this thrift shop, I was shocked. I was happy. I came running over. I saw all these Masters of the Universe, the original Masters of the Universe figures in really nice condition. A lot of them had accessories. They had some vintage WWF figures on card, but the prices were shocking to me. Right here, like the Rockers, Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels, $175, $75 for the Roddy Piper. Most of the Masters of the Universe figures were between like $15 and $45. So, you know, very cool to see, but obviously something that I'm not gonna buy. I noticed this Elfie 2. He was $15, but the whole vendor's booth is 75% off. So usually when you see a sign like this vendor is about to leave their booth and they just want to clear out all their stuff, so it's not as much things for them to bring back. So Alfie goes for about $25 if you were to buy him now on eBay. I like to have these pop up, but 75% off, he's about $350, so I'm gonna grab him. And again, like I said, these Star Wars Episode 1 figures, for whatever reason, I love to pick them up. They're always, you know, like between $3 and $5, and I have a lot of them now, so I'm gonna grab those 2 guys. Then just, you know, more random Star Wars Episode 1 stuff. Sorry, I got tongue-tied. We're doing this all in one take, so I'm not gonna redo that part, but, you know, magnets and different figures. There's another Millennium Falcon. Another booth. This was really cool. This was a tin lunchbox with the thermos. This was Rambo. I'm guessing this was part 2 or 3. I don't think that's the way it looked for the first Rambo, and if they were marketing it to kids yet. But this, $75. And then checking, I'm like, it really goes for that much on eBay. So this is going to get my vintage badge of the week. Very cool, but obviously I wouldn't spend that much on it. And in the same booth, I thought these were the reissues from 2020 at first, but these are the actual original ones from the 80s, the Vamp and the Hiss. $75 for the Hiss tank. It has all of its pieces. It has the vehicle, no character. I think the instructions were in this as well. It was, you know, I'm trying to film with one hand, and I don't want to ruin the integrity of the box anymore, especially for the prices that they're charging. And then the Vamp over here again, likewise, has all of its accessories. The vehicle looks great. It's got paperwork, but the figure is missing. So, with that note, we're about halfway through the video, guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you like what you're seeing. Shameless plug for the channel just once. And we're going to do our first flea market adventure challenge question. So, down in the comments, guys, let me know either A, B, C, or D. What would you do if you had the money or you ran into these? Whether you're a G.I. Joe collector or not, let me know down in the comments. And then this is another 2-story indoor flea market, consignment, thrift shop place. I still don't know, 43 episodes, I still don't know how to categorize these stores. Pretty haggard Atari 2600 games, loose, bad label. These prices are for the dogs. checking out our last store. This is Everything Under the Sun Indoor Flea Market. And I knew that Tidal Wave was going to be a good pickup right away because I had just watched a video where a guy said that that was his holy grail for Transformers right now, finding a complete Tidal Wave from Transformers Armada. So I quickly Googled it, you know, like the price isn't the end-all be-all because that's something that's going to sit in my collection. I also found a Super Nintendo game, but I knew that was a good one. And there are a few more pretty good Transformers stuff that we find in a minute. This store, if you've watched any of my episodes before, you know, we frequent it every time that we're in, like I said, like we get to New York State and Plattsburgh. I like to stop in here. They've got a good variety of everything, like literally everything. So I thought I saw everything that he had, and when I got to the cash, he told me, he's like, go in the back by the jewelry part. He's like, I just got a few more boxes of Transformers, and I didn't get to price them yet. So I went in the back, and a lot of the G1 stuff was broken, so he says, I'll sell it to you for parts prices. Usually, a small Transformer is $4, a medium Transformer is $8, and a large Transformer is $12, and that's subject to his estimation of their size. But for parts, it's like $2. So right here you can see like Scrapnel, like he's gonna be $2. So I pulled out a couple, like, looking even back at this footage, I probably would have grabbed a few more, but I'll show you everything that I picked up from this indoor flea market adventure hunting. So, not filmed, but for $7, this was the Deluxe Cloud playset for Super Mario. I'm going to let my daughter play with that one. In Five Below, Dallas picked this up for me, Classic Arcade, 200 games. I'll probably do a review on it. Let me know if you'd like to see that. Of course, I picked up the Star Wars characters. This is Rick Ollie, $4. And I picked up that Yoda that was next to him. Yoda was $5. I guess he has a $1 premium, being a far superior character. For $5, I picked up ESPN Baseball Tonight on the Genesis, complete. I like when they're in the case. $6 for Bill Lambier's Combat Basketball Sport. Just watched a review on this, and it is an SNES game that I do not have. Star Wars Racer for $5. When I was a kid, I thought it was called Pod Racer, but the game is just called Racer. With the 75% off, I picked up Elfie for $3.50. I like that little molding case that it came in. Toy Story 2 for $4.25. Why not? Add it to the Game Boy collection. I also picked up two more. I think one is just fabricated and the other might be legit, but these are battery covers for the GBA and the Game Boy. Wreck-Car was $5. He's got his Power of the Primes hand, and he comes with his weapon, so I thought that was a pretty good deal. And again, $12 for the huge Tidal Wave. Buy it now prices are between, you know, $75 and $150 if you have Ramjet with them, which it does. Picked up the Ultimate Warrior. I had to. He was probably one of, if not my favorite wrestler as a kid. $4, no belt, but, you know, still looks cool. Another good one that I found, I was happy to notice the big price on this guy, $12 for Scourge. He's going to stay in my collection. You know, him too, he's between like $80 and $100 for Buy It Now. And I just like the way he looks, so he's going to stay in the collection. Another solid big Transformers toy for $12. Six Shot. This is Titan's Return. He's got his two guns and, of course, his headmaster. And he was the first one that I transformed when we got back the next day. I went through his 6 modes. Some of them are better than others. You know, if you know Six Shot, especially if you had the G1, some of them are better than others. The Wolf doesn't look as bad as I thought he would. Kind of cool. I'm going to leave him in robot mode for display, but, you know, it's nice, and it was fairly simple to transform them all. And, of course, the bonus gun mode where you flip over the, I don't know if it's a sailing barge. Found Double Dealer G1. Now, this is the G1 lot for parts. I got them all, I think, for like $25, so it works out to like, you know, $3-4 a piece. And I just felt bad for these guys. Like, I didn't want them to get thrown in the garbage, and I love G1s. That was my favorite toy as a child, my favorite toy line, so I had to pick all these guys up. And if you look on buy now, like, a lot of these are being sold for parts, so I don't think I wasted my money. And, you know, on display, they'll still look pretty good. Yellow Cliff Jumper. Isn't that Bumblebee or Goldbug? You gotta let me know down in the comments. I love the series, but I am in no way a master of it. I don't know everything about it. Little Beast Wars. Optimus Minimal, Optimus Minor, Weird Chimpanzee. Missing his tail gun, but I thought it was still pretty cool looking. Back to the G1s for parts. The Insecticons. And I lumped in a GoBot with my G1 lot. Give them a little love too, those guys. I think Coptor his name is, but he's missing his propellers. And also from Five Below, these were $1 each. Dallas grabbed these for me too. Little Transformer keychains. These guys will go somewhere on the Transformer shelf. I love this cheap crap. It's always fun. And that is going to do it for this episode of Flea Market Adventures, an indoor flea market adventures. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Down in the comments, obviously, let me know what you found last weekend or anything that I found that you thought was a good deal. You know, maybe I spent too much on something. I just want to hear from you guys. So thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you in about a week.